Good morning and welcome to Tuesday Tea with Dr. Anna. Let's talk about what's really moving financial markets right now and where some of the biggest investment opportunities could emerge over the next few years. The first major story is interest rates and inflation. Markets are becoming increasingly nervous that inflation could remain higher for longer, especially as oil prices rise and geopolitical tensions continue to pressure global supply chains. Bond yields have been climbing again, and investors are questioning whether central banks may need to keep interest rates elevated longer than expected. That matters because higher yields put pressure on expensive growth stocks and increase borrowing costs across the global economy. But despite all of this uncertainty, one sector continues to dominate capital flows: artificial intelligence infrastructure. The AI race is no longer just about chatbots. It's becoming a global infrastructure war involving semiconductors, data centers, energy systems, cloud computing, cybersecurity, robotics, and sovereign technology competition. This is why AI-related companies continue attracting enormous investment despite market volatility. And in my view, one of the most important investment themes right now is the second-order AI trade. Not just the obvious mega-cap winners, but the companies enabling power infrastructure, cooling systems, data center expansion, AI networking, satellite communications, automation, and digital infrastructure. At the same time, another major theme investors are closely watching is the potential future SpaceX IPO. Because historically, major IPOs do not just move one company, they often re-rate an entire ecosystem. And if SpaceX eventually becomes public, investors are already looking for smaller companies that could benefit from increased excitement around the space economy and next-generation infrastructure. One of the most discussed names is Rocket Lab USA, ticker RKLB. Rocket Lab is often seen as one of the closest public market comparisons to SpaceX in launch services and satellite systems. Another interesting company is Redwire Corporation, ticker RDW. Redwire focuses on space infrastructure and orbital manufacturing, areas that could become increasingly important as AI, defense, and satellite demand accelerates. Black Sky Technology, ticker BKSY, is another company attracting attention. The business specializes in satellite intelligence and Earth observation, which are becoming strategically important for defense, security, and AI-driven analytics. Then there is Intuitive Machines, ticker LUNR. The company is involved in lunar infrastructure and NASA-linked missions connected to communications and space operations. And finally, AST Space Mobile, ticker ASTS. AST Space Mobile is attempting to build satellite-based mobile broadband infrastructure, effectively connecting phones directly through space-based networks. Of course, these are highly volatile, smaller-cap companies. This is not low-risk investing. But what makes this theme so interesting is that the SpaceX IPO may not simply be about rockets. It could become a broader market catalyst for AI infrastructure, space communications, defense technology, satellite intelligence, and the future digital economy. At the same time, crypto markets are also gaining attention again as investors increasingly focus on potential regulatory clarity and institutional adoption. And all of this is happening while global markets remain extremely sensitive to tariffs, geopolitical fragmentation, fiscal deficits, and slowing global growth. So what does this mean for investors? In my view, we are moving away from easy liquidity-driven investing toward intelligence-driven investing. The winners over the next decade may not simply be the people chasing headlines, but the people who understand systems, AI, energy, infrastructure, automation, geopolitics, financial intelligence. Because this may not simply be another market cycle, it may be the rebuilding of the global economic architecture itself. Thank you for joining Tuesday Coffee with Dr. Anna. Subscribe to @Dr. Anna Armstrong for more market insights, AI trends, macro analysis, and financial intelligence. And explore AIMi at chataimi.ai.